some cigarettes and energy drinks, typical adult shit. Let me clean that lens so I look better. There we go. Yeah, as I said, just headed up the door. Figured I would go live, do a quick Q&A if people wanted to, but we'll see how long it takes for people to drip feed into the thing if they do. I'm in a little bit of a irritable mood because I just spent a half hour online, or on the phone. I spent a half hour on the phone and I've been referred to go online. Didn't get a result. Got a letter in the post with a list of 4 different fines I got from the New South Wales state government, like dating back to April of 2019, which was the only legitimate one, actually. The one from April 2019 was like a driving offence. I wasn't displaying my P plates or something, like no biggie, but I just paid that. And it's annoying, like, you know, fucking 5 years ago, Julian could have paid that fine himself. That would have been handy for me right now, but it is what it is. Had to pay like double the amount that the initial fine was because of the delays, but that's what happens, you know. You play silly games, you win silly prizes, and I had done that wrong thing. But the 3 other fines in the list of things I got, one was not voting, because we have compulsory voting here in Australia at the last federal election. So I got a fine for not voting, but I did vote. It was a mail-in vote. It was I had to communicate with the embassy and they sent it to the wrong address initially. It was a whole fucking palaver, but I got the paperwork, I voted, I sent it back to the embassy, I have proof of that. And I was ready to wage war. I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm not going to pay a $300 fine. The $300 one was the vehicle one. It was actually only fucking $25 or something. But I was like, that's the principle of it, you know? I spent at least an hour doing all the stupid laborious things that an immigrant has to do to vote through the embassy because it's compulsory and stuff. I did all of that. I'm not going to have it on record that I didn't. So I called up, as I said, I paid the first one, and I said, hey, what the fuck about this 4th one? And she was like, oh, we'll just get rid of that, that's fine. We can just dismiss that in the call centre, you know, it's whatever. And I suppose for $25, a first offence makes sense. I'm proud of voting, I like voting. It's not something I would never not do on purpose. So she got rid of that one, which is good. What is that? A fine for not voting. Explain please, lol, that's mandatory. Yeah, voting is compulsory here. Compulsory voting, and it's a much better system. You wouldn't elect someone at the extremes that you do in America or in other places around the world. But it has its pitfalls as well, you know. A lot of people vote against their own interests precisely because they're not interested and they don't realise that, the United Australia Party are actually incredibly divisive, for example. So it's a different system, but it's, in my opinion, having lived under both, a better system, and it keeps everything more toward the middle, you know, rather than all the extremes. But it's fucking annoying, and the fines go up as you go as well, you know what I mean? I got a mate that has never voted in any election in his life, be it federal, state or council. And so each election time nowadays, he gets something like a $1,500 fine, you know? First offence is $25. After that, it gets higher and higher and higher. Because, we want to know what you think, you know? We want to know what your say is. If you want to be a functioning member of our society, then you need to function. That's how it works. But yeah, it's, of the 4 fines I got, there was that, but it was wrong. I shouldn't have got it. And so she just got rid of it. I paid for the driving offence from 2019 because I have nothing to complain about. They got me and I just hadn't paid it. But then the other 2 fines were not registering my animals with the council in 2020 in this council here in Wallandilly, which makes no sense because I was in America, as was my dog and my cat, and I was able to give her like my passport details to show that I wasn't in the country, the receipt numbers, and like I was able to show her documents for the company that I used to transfer her to America and like have her go to America in 2019. They closed down during COVID because like, you know, lots of businesses went out of business during COVID. It's a pet transport company, international pet transport company. Obviously it went out of business during COVID. They fucking all did. Like that entire industry died. So no, I don't have a phone number I can give you. It's been disconnected, but this is all the paperwork. And here's all the paperwork of her coming back in February. Like she was in quarantine. I've got all her quarantine statistics and all the numbers and everything. Like spoke to somebody down in Melbourne where the quarantine facility is. And they were like, yeah, just quote this number. It'll be fine. Quoted the number. Nothing. I got to go online to submit a review where I then lay out all the evidence that I wasn't in the country and neither was my cat or dog, which is just fucking nonsense. Like, you've got to prove that I was. That's not how that works. You have to prove that I was here with unregistered animals before you fine me for unregistered animals. Like, in a normal fucking place. Innocent until proven guilty sort of mindset. I shouldn't have to prove my innocence, but I will, because it's a fucking $400 fine per fine. So like $863.50 was the total after I had paid the car fine and after I had disputed the non-voting fine. And I'm like, a part of me kind of like, because I'm pretty flush at the minute. Like I'm not, you know, fucking a sports star or anything. I'm not 100 millionaire or whatever. Like I haven't got cash to burn, but like I have been living now for 6 months at my parents' house while me and the boys are looking for a fucking affordable 2-bedroom unit in this area and that allows pets. And like we have a very, like I understand, we have very fucking picky sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Needs, you know what I mean? So the house that we want, or the house we need for me and my sons to move into hasn't appeared yet on the market. And so we haven't moved into it yet. And I'm still living at my parents, who are amazing and super gracious and not charging me rent. But I am putting rent each week into a savings account as if I was being charged rent. And so, like, you know, without putting too fine a point on it, like, it's been 6 months now of me doing that, and I am, there's a pile of money. So I was fucking pay a fine and fuck it up, you know, but I'm too indignant about it. I'm like, no, I'm not paying that much for something y'all did in error. Like, I'm just not doing that, even though I could. I'm not doing it. And so I have to go and submit this fucking review. And that's another thing, is that they're like, oh, it's expired. The time frame for you to dispute that has expired. What the fuck it has? The fuck it has. Like, you cannot, in Australia, and the High Court has said this, I'm allowed to review it. Like, you can't tell me when that timeline, you can't put a timeline on it and then not tell me when the timeline starts. If you're going to put a timeline on it, you need to guarantee that I'm aware via signature or like face-to-face, or like you need to be served by a JP. Like, it's, you cannot just assume that I understand the clock has started ticking. That's not how it works. And so, like, and I said that, and I quoted the fucking the case law that established that in the early 2000s, and she was like, well, you really know what you're talking about, don't you? And I said, yeah, well, like, evidently I fucking have to, like, because I'm clearly know what you're talking about. Like, I'm talking to the government arguing with you about it. Like, the tone of surprise that I know what I'm talking about. How many dead shits do you guys talk to? But anyway, bear with me. I'm just going to get some cigarettes while I'm here. But it's like, you know, I got to go online to dispute it further. And I said to her, what if I was retarded? Like, what if I was retarded? What do you mean go online? That's like, can't you just fix it? But anyway. Hey man, how we doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, not bad. Can I just grab a pack of cigarettes, please?
Sure. What was that?
They're Manchester Lights, if you can. Thanks, boss.
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
You're all right. Cheers, mate.
See you next time.
See you next time.
So I'm like, I said to her, that's fucking absurd. Like, I can call you and I can pay you, but I can't call you and dispute with you. I have to go online. Like, that's absurd. I said to her, and she actually gave me a mini lecture about using that word. But I said to her, what if I was retarded? Like, what if I was? And she was like, oh, I just paused my music. And she said, you know, some people get offended by that word that word's use these days. And I said, I bet you people who are retarded don't. Like, it's fucking, like, don't be offended for other people, you fucking idiot. Like, but anyway, I didn't say that other bit, but you know what I mean. And anyway, I'm bipolar. Like, I have a disability. It's my N-word. I can say it, you can't. Like, if that's the way you feel, I like, fuck off. Same with crazy. Like, I'll say crazy, I'll say retarded, I don't give a fuck. Like, I am crazy. I'm allowed to say crazy. But yeah, so, and it's all just so monotonous and annoying, you know what I mean? It's like, it's designed like this, it's by design. But yeah, I said to her, like, what do you mean I've got to go online? Like, what if I was ancient? What if I didn't have an internet connection? Like, which obviously I do, but what if? But yeah, no, I've got to go online now and file a grievance because it's too late to file a dispute or a review or whatever. And it's just such a fucking circle jerk, you know? But the point of all that is, I feel quite proud of myself because the restriction has been lifted on my account, regardless. Like, I mean, a 5-year-old fine that like that 2019 driving offence was legitimate. Like, I was driving around without my B plates on. Like, that was a thing I did. And so it feels good, like, as a grown-up, to be able to go, yeah, I'm a grown-up. Like, I just, you know, actions have consequences, and, you know, you do the time, blah, 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 blah. Where are the energy drinks? I swear, you spin around 3 times in this place, and it's fucking, I don't know where I am, you know? But just going to check my rewards account. I'm back. Just bear with me. I will be back again. I'm just checking the rewards account to see which energy drink is cheapest. Give me 2 seconds. With these ones. Find a thing. Find a person. Sorry, we're closed. That one's closed. I don't go to self-serve. I make a habit. I refuse to go to self-serve. I'm not a self-serve kind of guy. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry to ask like this, but I'm literally just getting this. Can I jump ahead of you because I don't use self-serve? Thank you, man. You're a legend. So that worked. They were lovely. Yeah, it's a personal thing. I don't know. I think family member when they first came in, like in the early 2000s and stuff, lost their job, and I was like, it's the self-serves. And so now I've just refused ever since. $500 if you pick your nails, what like that? What do you mean? What a joke, no wonder people get frustrated. I'm just going to get this before them, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I'll just tap it.
The awards card?
Yes, but I can't access it on my phone at the minute and I'm on live, so we're all good. I'll remember next time. Nah, it's all cheap. Thank you. All that checking and everything, and I didn't even use the rewards points in the end anyway. Alright, I got what I needed. I got my cigarettes, I got my energy drinks. Now I'll head home. And, oh, hey! My eyes suck. Like, they really just spotted a friend. Give me a sec. I'll put this here so you're not on YouTube Live. But no, my mum's got the kids at the minute. I'm literally, she's supposed to be working as well, so I should be moving more quicker than I am. But yeah, exactly. But I just got off the phone with the revenue office. They fined me for not registering my cat in 2021.
They must have a slow day.
Yeah, and it's like I wasn't even here. Neither was my cat. Right, but I've got to go online and file a dispute and shit now. So anyway, give me another hug. I'm gonna go this way. But I'm sorry I just bashed you in the face with my headphones twice. But I'll message you. It's a thing. But yeah, what was I saying? I can't remember. It's gone now. But $500 if you pick your nails. That might have been in reference to the council. I don't know. But it's a whole mood, you know? Like, it's just... I mean, I actually like our council. I'm a fan of our council. What have I done with my shoes? Did I put them down somewhere just back there? Oh, nope, they're in my pocket. Silliness. But, yeah, I actually like our local council. A lot of people don't say that sort of thing. Like, if you like them, you're silent. If you don't, you talk about it. But I'm a big fan of our council. I really like Susie Brandstater. She's one of our councillors. She was a former teacher of mine. And she's just like a really good human, you know? Like, she cares about shit. And which is strange for a politician, you know what I mean? Like, they're usually all about self-promotion and making sure they stay in power and stuff. But, like, if there's an event in town, she'll be at it. If there's she's very community-minded, and, like, you know, I've whinged online on social media before about various things in the area, and she's come to me with results, you know, or, like, solutions, because she gives a fuck. And I think that's cool. So, part of me wants to just, you know, give her a buzz, or message her and be like, oi, the fuck is going on? But I'm going to go through the normal avenues first, because, like, obviously, you know, having a contact on council is nice and all, but, like, I want to keep that contact. I don't want to just give her every little fucking tiny grievance I have. You know what I mean? Like, I'll only use it when I need to, etc., etc. But yeah, so that's been fucking annoying. I'm not going to lie. Dealing with that today. I got a fucking email from the citizenship office, finally, about my sons, because my sons are citizens. Constitutionally, they're citizens. Like, you are a birthright citizen. You have birthright citizenship. No matter where you're born in the world, you are an Australian citizen if one of your parents is. And I am an Australian citizen. My sons were born in America, but I am their father, and so they are entitled to Australian citizenship. But I have to go through births, deaths, and marriages. I paid $160 each to go through the process and get them, like, registered and on the list, and as Australian citizens get their Medicare cards and, like, all that sort of stuff. And I did that 6 months ago, and I finally got a response. And, like, they're asking dumb questions, you know, like, they've got confused by the fact that JJ and myself have the same name. So they're fucking confused. They're like, how can JJ's birthday, like, no, what did they say? They said, your birthday can't be in 2020. Like, that makes no sense, effectively. And it's like, no one said my birthday was in 2020. That section is for my son. Like, we both have the same name. He was born in 2020. I was born in 1991. You fucking... But anyway, dealing with that as well. Just doing a whole bunch of adult shit, you know? Like, dealing with the bureaucracy of government and adult stuff. And it's just been quite frustrating today. But, you know, I think I'm done. I think I went to chop my weed because I was having a fucking little, like, nah, not doing it anymore, I'm done, after I hung up. And realised I didn't have any cigarettes for spin, and so I was like, well, going to get some cigarettes. But how cool's my Featherdale hoodie? Got it at Featherdale. If you're watching this in the backlog, you're not watching me live, like, after this video, click over and watch the Featherdale one, because it's really good. It was a vlog from the other day. We went and saw koalas and emus and wombat. The emu wanted to fuck me up. The emu, straight up, like, I'd never realised, I'd never heard before, like, I didn't realise emus made that kind of noise. Like, I was genuinely intimidated by that emu. I can totally understand why people, like, I've never understood why people were scared of emus before, or like why people had emu phobias or whatever, like, and what, like, because they're big birds, don't get me wrong, they're big fucking things, but like, no more intimidating than a cow or a fucking, like, deer or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I never, but no, like, way more intimidating than a deer. Way more intimidating than a fucking whatever I just said, a cow. Like, he was angry with me. And he was making this, like, rumble tick. Like, this real fucking deep, you could tell it was deep within his chest. Like, rumbling that I felt in my chest, you know what I mean? Like, it was... and I mean, he was me either way. There was a fence in between us. But there was less than a foot in between us as well. And he was pissed. I was feeding his missus. She was super happy. And I mean, they might have both been boys, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe I was feeding his boyfriend. But I was feeding the other emu. And he was not impressed with me. So go and watch it just for that, if you want. Like, it's a little 20-second part of the video. But yeah, it was like a rolling sort of, like a... deep in his chest though, like a fucking lawnmower that wasn't starting right, with a click, like a roll and a click, and it was really interesting to me. I've never experienced that with an emu before, and I was straight up in the moment intimidated. Like, this guy could kill me easily. If there wasn't a fence here, he would be the one. Like, he would fuck me up. 100%. So that was a fun event, and it was a good thing to do. I'm nearly home, so we'll wrap the live up soon. If you're just watching this in the backlog, thanks for watching along and whatnot. I have a bunch of stuff I wanted to vlog about, like, written down at home. Stuff like Harrison Butker or fucking panda diplomacy and, like, various different things. But I have them in a list, and I didn't write that list. So we'll do that again later. Maybe we'll have a live stream later. I keep saying I'm going to have an Ellie Melba video uploaded, and I will have it today. It'll be later today. I've written the script. I've done everything I need to for it, but I just haven't recorded it as yet. So got to sit down and record, and then I'll get the motivation to edit, I'm sure. But it's a thing, you know what I mean? And sooner or later, I'm going to have to spend that $100 note. And so I should get the video done while I can use it as a prop before I spend it. But it's a thing. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging around, and thanks for watching the stream and whatnot, as always. I am excited to keep going. Like, I've got a bunch of history videos planned. I've got a bunch of reactions planned. I haven't done a reaction in a while, so I'm thinking about doing NASCAR, because I know there was some NASCAR recently. Thinking about doing some Formula One, because they get really good views in Europe. And like, I'm getting some pretty good views in Australia with these Australian history videos, and pretty good views in America with some of my political, or like, you know, culture war stuff. But yeah, Europe and Asia are markets that I haven't really tapped yet. And so I wouldn't mind some content that would go well there. So F1 or soccer reactions will probably do pretty well in Europe. And I got to find something, like I might do some interactions, early Australian history with the Chinese and stuff maybe. Like Chinese Australian history, maybe get some Asian views that way, I don't know. But I'm doing really well. Like, I'm really happy with how things are progressing, and I'm really happy with what's been going with the channel, you know, like the record of it, like the progression is the word I was looking for there. Always going forwards, always going upwards. Things are going well, so I'm happy, but they could always be going weller. I could always be happier. You know how it is. Anyway, I'm nearly at home, so I'm going to wrap up the stream now so you can't see which house is mine. But I'll see you guys when I look at you. You'll see me when you look at me. How do I end the stream? Why won't it let me end it? Where's the end button? Chat filter, community moderation. Oh, there's a square, there's an X. Ha! I'm silly. I'm about to hit the X. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you when I look at you. Poke around the channel. If you're still watching this right now, poke around the channel. Give me more views. Give me more views. I would appreciate it. Thank you. And